Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why cure-alls aren't a thing. Hello everyone, and welcome to my world. So 2018 was the best year of my life, but it was also one of the hardest years of my life too. It was the best year because I finished my bachelor's degree in biochemistry, but I was also diagnosed with a rare condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. So if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with idiopathic intracranial hypertension or also apply some of the basic concepts that you learn in biochemistry at the undergraduate level, then I encourage you to watch on. One of the things I see a lot on social media is essential oils, keto diet, various fruits, and any different other things, and they all list all the amazing benefits of each of these things, and they make it sound like it's gonna cure everything. Nothing is a cure-all. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There's one thing that might actually fit into this category, like I've talked about 2 or 3 other times. Just never in a science video, and that is exercise. Actually, I think is one of the closest things to being a cure-all. And that is probably the only thing that I would consider even close to a cure-all, is because it's one of the only things that's ever helped me with my condition. Well, besides my medication actually kind of helping, but you know, if you're gonna put it into something that isn't designed to actually help but has benefited me, whether those benefits are indirect or direct, I would have to say that exercise is probably that one thing. Now, when it comes to things like essential oils, I mean, I like the smell of essential oils, and that's pretty much where you should leave that. One fruit, say like a banana or a mango or a blueberry, is not going to cure everything that ails you. It's about balance and getting in as much variety as you can. I mean, really, like that's why they tell you to eat a variety of different things to keep yourself healthy, not a bunch of the same thing. So I want to get into something in the realm of cancer here for a second. Like I said in my 40 facts about me, I'll just link that playlist at the end of the video. You guys can check that out if you want to. And I have the questions actually listed in the description. So if you want to just watch that part and just leave it there. It's a very, very long video. The Biochemistry of Cancer course was the best biochemistry related course that I took in university. And here's why. I know I've talked a little bit, or maybe I haven't talked about this, but I do want to talk about this. So you may be wondering why we don't have a cure for cancer yet. Number one, there isn't going to be one cure for cancer because cancer is very, very complex. It is a multitude of many diseases, and these diseases are resulting from many, many different pathways that ultimately lead to something that messes up to lead to unregulated transcription of genes that promote cellular replication, if that makes any sense. Actually, getting back into this last Monday's video, which was how science humbles you. This is one of the classes that really did it for me because you get to really understand just like how much we know, but how much we have yet to learn in a particular area. And cancer research definitely is that area. There's a lot of different ways that we can actually cure cancer in animal models like mice, but when they try and use these techniques in humans, it just doesn't work out. There's multiple different reasons for this, but ultimately it just doesn't work. So the biggest thing I want you guys to keep in mind about this cure-all thing is to be aware of it so that you're not getting duped by alternative medicine people claiming that one particular thing is the next best thing. If you can remember that toxins are removed by your liver and kidneys, and that your lungs, liver, and kidneys help you to remove toxins, you'll be fine. Cancer does not come from toxins. Cancer is from changes in the genetic code, whether it be part of the epigenetic part, which is kind of unknown as to how that works right now. They know a little bit, but they don't know a lot about how it works. They know a little bit more how it works at the DNA level than they do at the histone level. Histone and DNA is a little bit too advanced for what I can talk about right now. Histones are proteins that allow DNA to be wrapped around, and methylation and acetylation allow for changes in DNA, whether it either activates or deactivates a gene. So this is different parts of epigenetics, and that's the easiest way I can summarize this without much science background. And acetylation in DNA usually activates the gene, while methylation usually deactivates the gene. And then you get to histones. Histones are more confusing, just remember that. But that's the basics for epigenetics. Cancer kind of works on the epigenetic level and genetic level. Cancer can also work, so you guys have probably seen by now, if you've taken a biology course, the cell cycle. It's the cycle with the G1, the S, the G2, and then the mitosis, and then there's a G0 phase coming off of it. I can insert a picture here. So in this cycle, there are certain checkpoints that the cell goes through every time the DNA replicates itself. In this particular thing in cancer, there at certain checkpoints, these checkpoints can actually become shut off. Another thing to keep in mind, this can lead to errors in DNA replication. If you get errors in your replication of DNA, like what happens in UV radiation or other forms of radiation, that can end up in cancer. Getting into that more, our genes are linear in eukaryotes. Remember that they're circular in prokaryotes, but they're linear in eukaryotes. So because we have linear strands of DNA and the way that DNA replicates, promise I will do a separate video on DNA replication at some point. But in DNA replication, the way it works is, remember that because of the leading and lagging strands, the leading strand is copied as is, but that lagging strand is in Okazaki fragments. Because of that overhang, the 5' overhang, you actually get a loss of the DNA. And because you get a loss of that DNA, remember that our genes have what are called telomeres, which are repeats of the genetic code at the end of every chromosome. And remember that every time that chromosome replicates itself, you lose a little bit of that telomere, or you lose part of the telomere. This is what they think might be behind aging, actually. This is what they think the cell might be using for a little bit of a molecular clock. So because of this loss of genetic information, eventually you lose the whole telomere. So if you get a cancerous cell, remember, this doesn't care. Sometimes this remember that some cells can have its telomerase activity reinstated. Not for this video, not getting into that. But if it's to lose its telomere to the point where it's losing genetic information, you can have problems. Remember that. So there's a few different areas that cancer can come in, and everybody's a little bit different. So because of the fact that there's probably multiple ways that this stuff is occurring, there's obviously not going to be multiple ways, or there's not going to be one way that satisfies a cure for everybody. And I honestly believe that this is going to be the case for a lot of different diseases. This isn't just cancer. This is going to be me included. For things like IIH, there seems to be some people get it from birth control. Some people get it from weight gain. Some people get it from this. Some people get it from that. And I don't see how you could have a single cure just come around and cure everybody when not the same cause may have potentially been the case for everybody. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't it be nice if something would work for everything? But I don't think I think at this point, if there's going to be something that worked for everything, we would have found it by now. Don't be duped by alt-med, multi-level marketing, or anything else like that, and you should be good. So that ends this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. You guys have been killing it on the like section of these videos. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below. If you want to, you can comment on social media instead. If you don't want to leave a comment on YouTube, that's okay too. And if you guys want to, you can send me a message for video suggestions. Just if you're gonna do that, if you're on Instagram, please indicate that it is for a YouTube video so that I don't miss it and that your message isn't missed or ignored. And as for now, that should be it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone!